Good morning, students. My name is Hita Gandhi, and I am your new social science teacher. So, now today we'll start with the chapter number 15, Economic Development. So, first of all, what do you mean by economic development? Why is it necessary to study this topic? What are we going to study in this chapter? So, let's assume or let's see an example. In the lockdown, what do you think? Who must have suffered the most? The rich people like Mukesh Ambani and all, or the poor people like the maids who come at your and my place to work over there? I think you all know the answer. Obviously, the poor people who do not have enough money, they have suffered the most. Why? Because for them, rest is imagination. For us, lockdown was resting period. आराम किया ना, सबने आराम किया. बड़ा लंबा वेकेशन मिल गया, सबने आराम किया. For us, it was rest. But for poor people or the people who have to earn money, who do not have enough money with them, for them, the rest is imagination only. It's a dream for them. People like Mukesh Ambani and other billionaires, they have all the materialistic thing in the world. Okay, they have anything that you wish, they have them and they have the power to buy it. But poor people do not have that. Why is it so? Why is there such a difference in the society? Why is it necessary to curb this difference? Is it necessary that the money with Mukesh Ambani and the money with the poor people in the country, is it necessary to distribute it? Is it necessary that the poor people also earn money? All these questions have been answered in this question. So first of all, what do you mean by economic development? I'm going to share the textbook on the screen right now. You can see in that. I think you can read over here that economic development means. Now there are three parts to economic development. First is that it means national income of the country is increasing. Constant increase in national income of a country means economic development. Next is increase in per capita income of a country means economic development. And the last is improvement in the living standards of people. Okay, so these three things, if it is happening in a country, means that economic development is happening in a country. Okay, now let us understand each and every word. What do you mean by national income? What do you mean by per capita income? And what do you mean by the living standard of people? Okay, yeah. So by national income, you mean what is the total income of the country? What is the population of India? 1.2 billion people. Okay, so out of these, many 60% of the people are earning. Okay, the salary which your parents get, or your dad gets, or your mom gets, when it is added with the salary that every person who is working in India gets, that gives us the national income of the total country. So the national income means total income of the country. Total income of the country. Okay. Now the next word is per capita income. What do you mean by per capita income? Per capita income means total income of the country divided by total population in the country. Okay, which means that if total the income of India is 1 crore and the population of India is 1.2 billion, then if we divide these two numbers, what will we get? We will get what is the income per head in the country. How much income each and every person is earning. That is called per capita income. We can understand it by saying per person income, but in the terms of economics, it is said per capita income. And the third word which was said was living standard of people. Now, what do you mean by living standard of people? Living standard of people means how easily and which quality services that they are getting. What is the quality of health services? Are the hospitals, are the government hospitals in the country efficient enough? Are they good enough to treat each and every patient? Are they clean enough? What is the status of transport? Is transporting goods from one place to another place easy in a country? Are there more options available? All these facilities that people get to live and to do business in a country, it is called the living standard of people. How easily and which quality food do people get in the country? Which quality shelter, which quality homes do people get in the country? All come under the living standard of people in the country. So it just basically means the services and the quality of services that people get. So what do you think? What is the living standard of people in India? Have you seen people standing in a long queue outside ration shops? So that is that the service ration service that the government is giving is not proper. People have to stand in long queues, and when the number comes, the ration wala says that the ration is over. They do not get what they deserve. So the living standard of people in India is very very low. Yes, it is increasing day by day. It is increasing. The government has brought many changes in the system, like they have opened bank accounts for all of them, and many other changes have been done. But still, it is very very low compared to developed countries like US, like the Europe and all. Okay, now let's see what comes next. Now, what is the difference between economic progress and economic development? So, development does not only mean that increase in money. Okay, we've seen above that development has three components: national income, which means money; per capita income, which also means money. But the third part is the living standard of people, which does not means money. It means the quality of life people are living in the country. Okay, so now what is the difference between economic progress and economic development? So there are three bases on which this difference has been carried out. I will write that difference on the screen. If you want, you can note it down in your notebook, or else I will also share the notes that I have made. So let's start with the difference between economic progress, economic development, and what are the bases of that difference. So if you were in the class, in the school, I would have written this difference on the board. But now, because everything is going digital, let us also get digital. First is the basis on which we will differentiate. On what basis are we differentiating economic development and economic progress? Economic development. Next is economic progress. Progress. So the first basis on which we are differentiating them is the development process. How does the development take place? So in case of economic development, the development is qualitative. Okay, this qualitative means it does not only include money. It includes other measures like living standard of people and what is the status of services that they are getting and all. But economic progress is quantitative, which means only money is involved. If the country has money, it is progressing economically. But the country has low GDP. If the GDP of the country is low, then it says that the progress is not happening. It does not care what is the living standard of the people in the country. Are the people happy? Are the people not happy? Or do people have food to eat? Economic progress does not take into consideration any of these things. Okay, whereas these things are considered in economic development. Now the next basis of develop. Now the next basis of difference is the changes that take place. What changes takes place? What exactly is the difference between economic development and economic progress? We are going to study in this difference. Changes taking place. So in case of economic development, what changes take place? Economic development means increase in the production or increase in money due to direct factors. Direct factors or due to qualitative factors. Okay, so now there are two types of factors. One is the qualitative factor and one is the quantitative factor. If, say, if you have a land and you are farming on it, if you want to increase your production, what will you do? First is you can increase the land. Now increasing land is quantitative. You can measure how much land are you increasing, correct? So that is quantitative. But if you do research and you come up with new seeds, new type of seeds which grow fast, that is research. That is qualitative measure. Can you measure your research? How much research did you did? 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 kilos. Can you measure research? No. So that is qualitative. So whenever qualitative changes are taking place and due to these qualitative changes, production is increasing. That is called economic development. Correct? Changes due to qualitative factors. Or we can just write increase in production due to increase in qualitative factors. Qualitative factors means which we cannot measure with money, like research. Okay, and economic progress means increase in production due to quantitative factors, like increase in land. Understood? Now the third difference, now the third basis for the difference that we take is the relationship with developed and developing countries. So first of all, what do you mean by developed and developing countries? The countries which have higher GDP and the people over there live with a great, better and much better standard of living than ours is known as developed countries, which means it has more money, per capita income is more, which means that all the people in the country have more money. And the third is that their standard of living is very good, very better, upper standard of living they have. So these countries are called developed countries. And the countries which are not yet to that status, like India. India is working towards development, but it is not yet developed. It is making changes and all. So countries which are not yet developed but are working towards it are called developing countries. Okay. So now in economic development, increase in national income of developing countries like India is called economic development. National income of developing countries. Okay, countries like India, countries like Pakistan, South Africa, all of them are developing countries. The standard of living of people over there is not so great. So that is why when these countries develop, when the income in this country increases, when these countries earn more, it is known as economic development. And when countries like USA, countries like Russia, China, when they earn more, that is called economic progress. Because डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज जो होते हैं उनका डेवलपमेंट हम सिर्फ पैसों से देखते हैं बिकॉज ऑलरेडी स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग तो उनका बहुत अच्छा है वी कैन नॉट कंपेयर आवर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग विद अमेरिका स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग करेक्ट तो हम क्या कंपेयर करेंगे सिर्फ पैसे तो डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में वी विल जस्ट सी व्हाट इज देयर प्रोग्रेस इन टर्म्स ऑफ per capita income, what is their progress in terms of national income, correct? So increase in national income of developed countries is called economic progress. Clear? Now I have one homework for you. Let's see. whether you do it before the next class or not. What is India's current GDP? You have to find out that. Okay, what is India's current GDP? GDP means gross domestic product. It is like national income, not exactly national income, but it is like national income. We can judge the health of a country based on GDP. If the country's GDP is low, means country is earning less, the country is poor. If the GDP of the country is more, it means that the country has more money, it is rich. Clear? So you have to find out what is the current GDP of India. Now I'll be sharing the textbook, this chapter with you. I'll be sharing the PDF with you. You have to read the whatever I've covered today, and you have to read whatever I'm going to do in the next class. So let me tell you, I'll share it on the screen and show it to you. Okay. So today we've done till here, difference between economic progress and economic development. We've done all the three bases we've done. Now next class, next video, you will see features of developing economy. So you have to read this features of developing economy and till here over here. Economic activities and non-economic activities. Till here you have to read. Okay. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubts, you can always feel free to share the doubts with your class teacher. He or she will forward it to me and I will answer all your doubts. Okay, bye. Have a nice day. Take care.